We are in Woodland Hills, California. A warm evening high atop El Camino Royale High School. And tonight, the Royals will host the North Hollywood Huskies in a non-league game. Hello, everybody. My name is Randy Rosenblum, set to call the play-by-play. This is a case of opposites attracting. North Hollywood is 2-0. They have not allowed a point. The Royals are 0-2, and they haven't scored. But El Camino has played this stiffer competition. We bring in Darren Preston. Darren, everyone is talking about the warm temperatures. It was well over 100 degrees today, and the wet bulb has given us the green light.
Yeah, that means we're starting on time because it's only in the yellow category at kickoff. It should be a very competitive ball game.
We think so, and North Hollywood's going to try to get a big non-league win, and it starts with their fine wingback, Omar Mohammed.
Omar Mohammed, along with Jagger Belson, they run the double wing formation, and they've done it very successfully. Their first two ball games, they have not allowed a point, as you mentioned. They combined for about 200 yards and 3 touchdowns in their big shutout victory last week against Canoga Park.
El Camino is really excited about Arturo Acevedo. He's a quarterback, a junior, transferred in, and they think he's going to be really good.
Yeah, and he is really good. The issue is you got to get protection for him. So when you're struggling the way you are, and the Royals have not scored a point, you got to get back to the basics. That means running the football. He's an athletic quarterback. The line's got to protect him, and they've got to win in the trenches tonight.
It's not going to be easy. This is a good Husky team, a veteran team. They're more experienced than El Camino. Last year they played at North Hollywood, and the Royals prevailed 14-7. We'll come back with the start of the ball game for the Huskies and the Royals. That's next on El Camino Royale football on LA36. Beautiful pictures tonight. The wind is kicking up a tad. Breeze actually feels pretty good, Darren, after 110 to 115 degree temperatures.
Oh, it has been absolutely brutal in the 818 these past few days. Had a game over at CSUN last night, 102 kickoff there, about 102 now here in Woodland Hills. And the nice thing is, you're right, a little bit of breeze kicking in. That's going to help the players. And I'm looking forward to just a very exciting game tonight.
Number 14 is an interesting story for El Camino. You see he's one of the captains tonight. That's Isaiah Foreman. He plays in the secondary, and he transferred to ECR from North Hollywood. He played for the Huskies last year, so you got to believe he's very excited.
Yeah, and that means he's very familiar with the other team's tendencies. So that's we'll definitely keep an eye on number 14 tonight.
On the flip side, the Huskies are going to be eyeing number 14. They know where he's going to line up, and they want to beat their old buddy, don't they?
Yes, absolutely. North Hollywood, a little bit of revenge on their minds from last year's home loss, and they're off to a great start. A couple of solid victories, and El Camino Real, don't let the 0-2 and pointless first two games fool you, because they are capable, have a lot of capabilities on the field, particularly on the ground game. But it's something that has to be established early, and a very good quarterback they have, but he needs protection.
You look at their schedule, they have 2 losses, but they played a very good Kennedy team. We had that game on LA36, and the Cougars won at home 37-0. Then they had to play Heritage Christian, who is really loaded this year, here, and Heritage Christian beat them 56-0. I'm very much looking forward to this game. It's opposites attracting, but the odds, and you say odds because the Max Preps and the Cal Preps predict this game. They feel this is going to be a very tight game.
And I would say they're probably right. Yes, El Camino Real, one step higher in terms of level. North Hollywood has had more success in the young season, so that kind of levels things out. But yeah, I think it's going to be a competitive, close game.
If you look at the rankings, El Camino Royale is ranked above North Hollywood. They would be in Division II right now. They're ranked as the 32nd best team in the LA City section. North Hollywood's 41, which would mean they'd be the #1 seed in Division III and favored to win a city title at the lower division. So the Huskies are stepping up against the Royals, and that's what makes this so intriguing, to see if North Hollywood can step up and knock off the Royals.
Yeah, not to mention that this is going to help them as we get deeper into the season. Keep in mind, this is just game number 3 for both teams. Got a lot of football to be played, so kudos to North Hollywood for stepping up. As you see the game time temperatures tonight, as we have dropped down to 97 degrees. We say drop down because we have been well into triple digits most of the day out here in the 818 in the San Fernando Valley. Got a nice little breeze kicking up, so we get a little bit of a bird's eye view tonight right next to the press box.
Yeah, tremendous pictures from our LA36 crew. There are the host Royals. They've been anticipating this one. They knew they were going to be up against it in their first 2 games. They knew that Kennedy was very strong, and at one point Kennedy was ranked in the top 10 in the city. They dropped a game, so they've fallen out of the top 10, but the Cougars are solid. So it wasn't surprising that ECR lost there. Then Elko had to play that very good Southern Section School, Heritage Christian, and they were a little bit too strong for the Royals. Joe Rice is our lead official. Been around for 17 years. Good guy.
Very good guy. Had a chance to talk with the guy before kickoff tonight, actually, when he first came into the stadium, and gave us a little bit of his background. He played at CSUN when they sported a football team.
Isaiah Moore is going to drop back deep for El Camino Real. He is a story in itself. He transferred, got to El Camino this week, just started practicing. He's a junior, 5'9" and 185 pounds. He's a running back, and again, he's wearing number 26. He's from Lone Star High School in Frisco, Texas, but his family moved here, and he's ready to go. And Jason Zabalik is very happy to have him on campus. Feels he's a great athlete.
El Camino Real wants the football. They won the toss. They wanted the ball right away, and that's a great decision. Get something established on the ground.
Ariza's kick through the end zone. Diego Ariza, he's a senior. Also their punter, actually does all their kicking chores. Well, we're excited to take a look at number 8, Arturo Acevedo. The key players, Cagua plays both ways. So does Genovese, the middle linebacker, who's a very strong running back. Malik's sensational. Adrian Walker will start tonight, but he's banged up. Says he's about 75%. Acevedo, the quarterback, and there's Foreman, who will play on defense, the former Husky.
Be interested to see what Adrian Walker can do tonight. Had a chance to catch up with him as well before the game tonight. Says he's playing right now at about 70%. Next week they got Franklin. He thinks he'll be much better by then, but he's got a leg brace. His speed is being a little bit slowed down by his a little bit banged up, but be interested to see how he does tonight.
Yeah, he doesn't feel like he has the same burst that he naturally has. He's joined in the backfield by Anthony Parham. Acevedo throwing on first down. Parham with the reception. We expect to see a big-time ground game, but they have confidence in this quarterback.
Yeah, and he can sometimes throw the ball underneath some misdirection like we saw there, and that could be used as your run. So there are some options.
Key players for the Huskies. Mark Coffey on the line is terrific, as is Estrada. Mohammed and Belson are the 2 wingbacks that really run the football effectively for North Hollywood. Power pitch. Walker is stormed under. Couldn't get outside. Tremendous penetration from the Husky defense.
And that's a great early sign for North Hollywood, who's take a look at the flag football coach.
Yeah, Rick Hayashida, also the offensive coordinator on the varsity football team. And we'll meet him at halftime. Jason Zabalik will talk with Rick about his flag football team. They're about to start the season. 3rd down and very long here for Elko.
Got to do a better job up front than what we just saw if you're El Camino.
3rd and 5 coming up.
3rd down and long for El Camino Real. Acevedo again to the air. Perfect strike. Finds Isaiah Foreman. You know that's got to be a highlight for him, moving the sticks against his former teammates.
Well, the one thing I saw on that play, Arturo Acevedo, how quickly he released the football. And that kind of makes up when your protection isn't all that there all the time. It can kind of compensate for that when there's a quick release and those short passes underneath that you can use for your run.
Arturo's 2 for 2 early. Walker on the delay, not a whole lot there. Get North Hollywood filtering through, doing a nice job. Barrientos broke up the play in the middle of the line. There's the junior quarterback, and they're so high on him. We've seen him throw effectively early, as we're 2.5 minutes into the game. But his running ability is what they're so excited about.
Yeah, can make a lot of plays happen with his feet.
Daniel Zamir, please make your way up to the press box.
Of course, this field has been worked on for a couple years, and El Camino has not played home games for a couple years, and they're excited to be at home finally with home field advantage. Here's Walker trying to get loose, making some players missing coming out to the 40-yard line. 6 yards. It's 3rd down and 2. Walker with an effective move there, and he had a little bit of a burst. Adrian Walker, greatly improved this year. Coaching staff believes that number 5 has really grown up. 3rd down, short. Let's see if the Royals can pick up the 1st down. Into the middle of the front, and the ball is lost. Genovese was the intended handler of the ball. Mohammed came up with it. Omar Mohammed, and a big turnover and a break for North Hollywood.
Well, Omar Mohammed, see the first glimpse of him on defense. Now we're going to see a little bit of him offensively, and that is kind of a disastrous start for El Camino. They had been moving the ball a little bit, but need better ball protection there.
Popped up, and if you're North Hollywood, you couldn't ask for a better athlete to pick it up, and Omar Mohammed, and certainly he knows what to do with it. He's a great running back on offense. And again, it's crucial for El Camino not to turn the ball over.
Yeah, the last thing you need is self-inflicted wounds when you've gotten off to this kind of a start in the season. Want to make the other team earn it.
Arlauskas is the quarterback. Nate Arlauskas. Mohammed. And he's knocked down, knocked off his pins by Mason Lewis. Very quick, disruptive defender.
1 yard gain on the play.
Only one for Mohammed. Scott Fair, his coach, believes he's one of the top 5 running backs in the city.
Yeah, not a very big guy, 5'11", 160, but makes things happen with his feet. Makes people miss, and he's very fast.
2nd down, 9 for the Huskies. 7:30 left, opening quarter. We're scoreless in Woodland Hills. Mohammed again has a little bit of room. Still on his feet, breaks to the inside. He's going to score a touchdown. Omar Mohammed. Huskies get the early lead.
Omar Mohammed, we take our first look at that wing formation, and a nice pitch. Some missed tackles on defense, and Mohammed, who had 2 touchdowns, 115 yards last week, wastes no time after he gets the turnover, and then on the other side of the ball, runs it in for 6.
How about that sequence for Omar on defense? As you mentioned, gets the turnover, then he scores. That's great if you're Omar. What a wonderful beginning for him. Diego Ariza for the point after out of the hold of Nate Arlauskas. (7-0) North Hollywood.
The Huskies extend their lead to 7.
Another look at the touchdown.
I want to take this moment to recognize the North Hollywood staff, principal.
Made a couple of men miss, actually made contact to the official third level.
Assistant principal,
And
Xavier Chavez, athletic director, Ken Harris.
boy,
assistant
just
athletic
great
director,
downfield
Ken
vision
Harris.
too, making that cut to his left when he got to that next level.
Well, Omar has quick feet, no question about that. Really light on his feet.
Will kick off for the Huskies.
Well, the Huskies will kick off once again with an early 7-0 lead. 7:18 remains, opening quarter
Isaiah Moore.
at El Camino High School. And for North Hollywood, they got 7. That's all they scored against El Camino last year in a 14-7 setback.
Yeah, it's a good sign as they continue to just dominate their opponents on the young season. Still yet to give up a point.
Ariza once again out there to kick off. Diego Ariza, former soccer player. He's hit his field goals in practice from as far out as 55. So he obviously has a very strong leg. And you see that strong leg, but this one is returnable. This is Isaiah Moore, the new guy on the block. Isaiah Moore with some electricity. And a terrific return.
Yeah, there is a flag on the field, so I'm not sure that will be counted.
You talk about a great opening night. Isaiah Moore just walks on campus, shows his skill.
And he had, as you mentioned, very returnable. He had a lot of green grass in front of him. Let's see what this penalty is.
Isaiah's got burst. He really has a burst. This foul's against the Royals.
Team number 22.
That's a holding penalty and probably something that did not have to happen.
So instead, being out near midfield, Royals are going to start right around their 20-yard line. So in essence, that's a 30-yard penalty. That one stings, especially for an offense that has struggled early in the season.
Already a couple of critical mistakes by the Royals, and we're not yet 5 minutes into the game. And the turnover, and now the big penalty.
Acevedo to the air. Oh, it's caught, but not a whole lot there for Cortez. That's the 9th catch of the year for Rafa, and he's one of the more skilled wide receivers in the LAUSD.
1 yard loss on the play.
He actually lost a yard on that pass play.
Probably about the best thing that could have happened as well. You had Dalen Garcia right there on defense, and that could have been picked off. He had to throw all the way across the field, just took too long to develop. It was lucky Garcia was a split second behind the play.
There's Omar Mohammed, has a touchdown. He has a return on a fumble. He's had quite a first quarter for the Huskies. What a start to this year for North Hollywood and Scott Fair, huh?
Couldn't ask for a whole lot more. 2-0 and have not allowed a point.
Pressure on Acevedo. He's forced to run, and he slides down before taking the hit. A wise move. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and long. Again, the line not protecting him.
That's been an issue in the first quarter. It's certainly one of our keys of the game. Whoever imposes their will on the line of scrimmage is going to have the upper edge tonight. A couple of solid running teams, but kind of another slow start for the Royals.
5.5 minutes to play in the opening quarter. In Woodland Hills, it was 97 degrees at kickoff. But since the sun has gone down, and we're feeling a lot better about things. It's cooled off considerably. It was at 115 when we arrived at the stadium a couple hours ago. Acevedo again throwing over the middle. This one's caught outside the 30-yard line. Cortez He's the guy, gets the first down for the Royals. He's the big man on campus. They got to find Cortez.
Yeah, so they're going to want to start mixing up the plays a little bit. Of course, you can't be one-dimensional, and got to get your weapons involved out of the shotgun formation. Nice throw down the middle.
First down, El Camino Real looking to bounce back and tie this football game up, trailing by a touchdown early. Walker in the flat as they check down to Adrian Walker. And he's thrown down by one of the better defensive linemen in the East Valley, Mark Coffey. Very physical player, one of the captains of the Huskies.
Gain of 5 on the play.
Royals were able to pick up 5 yards on the play.
And this is really good right here so far this drive. Just you're not getting huge chunks, but a little bit here, a little bit there, and
you have to feel good about the accuracy of Acevedo, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Use the clock in your, to your advantage, and ball control, and keep the ball out of the other team's hands. Keep your offense on the field as much as possible.
Elko down 7-0, 3:45 left opening quarter. Trying to establish that ground game with Walker. Coffey drags him down. Along with Nate Arloskas. Love to see that when a quarterback on the offense is playing a linebacker position on defense.
Yes, two-way players.
Bring up 3rd down and 1. There's Walker, and again, he's not 100%. Said he might sit out a couple games down the road, try to rest his body up and get to 100%. What do you want to see here on 3rd and 1?
I would like to see a very simple play, maybe run to the weak side of the field. I mean, you're still in your own side of the field right now, but just make sure you do what you can to get the first down. Arturo can do it with his feet too.
He's throwing the deep ball. No good.
You know what? From up here, it looks like he could have held it himself. I would have liked to have seen a little bit of a keeper on that play. That's a low percentage play right there.
Well, a decision for Jason Zabalik. 4th down and a full 1 yard to go.
I think he had a lot of running room. It looked like off tackle, but decided to throw it long.
4th down coming up for the Royals.
Well, Hayashida sending the quarterback back out there. Ball's at the 42 of Elko. And they're going for it. No surprise here. They want to get that offense going.
4th and 6 now.
4th and punting time now, one would imagine.
Ball start, number 50 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 4th down.
Batash was the one that was detected for the infraction, and that one really hurts.
And that's the second disappointing ending to a drive now for El Camino Real.
Number 9.
David Molina will punt for El Camino Real. Of course, David is one of the quarterbacks. We saw him against Kennedy in the opening week. In fact, he actually started the game at quarterback. It's before Acevedo was ready to go. 2:44 left opening quarter. 7-0 North Hollywood. The Molina punt. It's a favorable roll. Huskies will start from their 32.
Ball is down at the 32-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
Boy, Jagger Belson, who's a great wingback, really wanted to return it, but it was kicked short of him, and he had to back off the ball.
Yeah, and really no hurry, no sense of urgency to return that. I'm going to get pretty decent field position. The 31.
35-yard play on the play.
Yeah, Molina, nice job there with a 35-yard boot. Now, Belson's a good one. 4-year varsity player at North Hollywood, the wingback, 2-year starter. Tremendous jump cut, so he's capable as a wingback to find the open space. He wears number 1. And it is the aforementioned Belson. They bottle him up.
El Camino Real loading the box that time.
Met by a gang of Royals. Number 15 was the first man in.
Nice pursuit there with Julian Pesqueda getting the tackle. 6', 185 senior.
Yeah, Pesqueda was a returning starter, one of the few for El Camino. He's one of those guys, blue collar effort guy.
That's the swarming defense the Royals are going to need to be successful in this game. Got to stop the run, no question. That is where North Hollywood has specialized.
Raymond Perez, number 12 in that backfield. They pitch it to Mohammed, looking for a crease. Helmet comes off, very short gain. Wonderful job by Lincoln Elbert to sift through and make the hit. As you can see, the marker is out.
Holding on the offense.
Against the Huskies.
Well, the first mistake by the Huskies on the holding. Just under 2 minutes to play in the opening quarter.
10-yard penalty. That'll bring up 2nd and 18.
They do get the second down back, but it is 2nd and 18. In zone view here at El Camino Royal High School. Whistle sounds, timeout for the moment. Now, Joe Rice did tell us because of the heat, he might call timeouts, official timeouts, if he feels like the guys need like a water break.
Yeah, that is at the official's discretion. In some of college athletics, it is they call it a mandatory hydration break, college soccer, for example. From what we understand from Joe Rice, that's going to be like an on-the-fly decision tonight, whether or not we will have that hydration timeout.
Pause the action for a moment. That's one of the breaks. They didn't take a drink, but they did give them a little bit of a break here. And they'll scrimmage on 2nd and long. Quarterback run designed for Arlaskas.
Knocked out of bounds by number 25.
3-year starter is Arlaskas, and he's a former flag football player. Of course, the girls are playing flag football, but he used to play. It was his sport of choice. Moved over to the football side with the guys. 3rd down, still 14 to go. Down to $1:10 remaining in the opening quarter. 7-0 Huskies. Well, one would think North Hollywood would throw here, but that's not really their game.
Right. Yeah. 3rd and 14. That's. You might want to try one in the air, but now we're going to get a
timeout on the field.
Timeout.
This appears to be a North Hollywood timeout. A little bit of confusion there for Scott Fair's team. Scott's former head coach at Poly High School, did a good job there. Very familiar with East Valley football, where the Huskies hang out. And North Hollywood's one of the favorites, I would imagine, with our leader in the East Valley League. Of course, the Royals in the very potent West Valley League, which is the home to the 4-time Open Division LA City Section champion Birmingham, the Patriots.
Should also be noted, this is one of the best public schools, Randy, in the United States, El Camino Real. It's, you know, they are a 10-time national academic decathlon champion.
They are. And you see a lot of these guys with high GPAs.
Yeah.
You have to do it in the classroom as well as on the football field. That is a marvelous picture, taking you really inside the sideline there. Having a beautiful sunset here in Woodland Hills. Dusk, and it is gorgeous.
Jason to the softball field where they have won quite a few city championships. Banners hanging out there in the outfield, and very good baseball program as well.
Yep, numerous championships. Lionhearts team in baseball, and over the years they've been fabulous, along with San Pedro, El Camino Real, the dominant team in softball. Third and 14 for the Huskies in the final minute of the opening quarter. Let's see if they take to the air. Fake, and it's a draw play.
Oh, that was a very odd formation.
That was the up back, the fullback carrying the ball.
Number 60, the ball carrier.
3rd and 14, and I would have expected that on maybe 3rd and 1 or 2, but I don't expect to see everybody so tightly packed. 3rd and 14.
Punting unit is on for the Huskies. And it is Ariza, Diego Ariza again. He does all the kicking chores for North Hollywood. Kagwa is back deep for the Royals. Great punt. This one is returned by Parham. Parham to the 40, and he's taken down. And that's the end of the opening quarter. Nice tackle downfield by Kelly Warburton. So after the first 12 minutes here, it's a 7-0 game in favor of the visiting Huskies. But I gotta feel that El Camino settled down a little bit there, Darren, in the last half of that quarter.
Yeah,
better football.
Yeah, they've moved the ball a little bit. It's just that you got to be able to get results, right? So if you're moving the ball, having those underneath passes, you're running, getting a little protection, getting some yards here and there, that's great, using the clock to your favor. But there comes a time where you got to finish, and because if you're not finishing, then that's why you're not scoring, and it's not going to do you any good.
You're watching LA36, television dedicated to lifelong learning.
Did step out of bounds, so they're going to bring it back a little bit, but that is a nice positive play.
It'll be first and 10 for the Royals from the 26-yard
Down to
line.
the 26.
17-yard
Jaden Williams after the 17-yard pickup. As Elko a little bit closer. Timeout taken by the Huskies. Well, Elko is starting to control the game. Again, you look at the two teams, the records, and you figure, well, North Hollywood's going to blow them out, right? They scored all these points, 93 points in 2 games, allowed by El Camino. North Hollywood scored 87, hasn't given up a point. But then you look at the opposition. You know, North Hollywood beat Hawkins and Canoga Park, which are teams that are down this year. And El Camino, with the strength of schedule, they felt confident they could come in here and win. But then they played poorly to begin the game. But now they're picking up some steam.
And they, yes, it's carried over to this game. Their bad results from the first 2 weeks a little bit here in the first half.
So you think there's a little hangover?
There is a little hangover. However, we have seen signs that they can move the ball. and do certain things to be successful. They are within one score. We've seen them run the ball. We've seen a couple of nice plays from the quarterback. It's just going to be a question of finishing drives, and can they sustain the drives and continue to get the play on the line of scrimmage.
Well, again, Cortez is the big man on the outside, although the last one was reeled in by Jaden Williams, the speedster, the senior. First down from the 26 of North Hollywood. 7-0 is the deficit for the Royals. Flags come out. Play blown dead.
False start on the offense, number 11. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
False start on Lincoln Albert, junior wide receiver. Rick Hayashida, the offensive coordinator, trying to get his team going. He knows he's had injuries in that offensive front. Hasn't been easy. Haven't scored yet, but they're pretty close. They have a shot right here. 1st and 15. Acevedo. This is what he can do. Takes a punishing hit, but a positive play. Jagger Belson with that strong delivery on defense.
Brought down at the 21-yard line. 10-yard gain on the play.
A run of 10. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
2nd and 5 coming up.
Like the effort from the quarterback there. Ability to tuck and go. Arturo Acevedo had a hamstring issue. He missed the first game. They held him out. Very skilled player.
This drive here, where they started with really good field position, has got to result in points.
2nd down and 5. Moved it to 2nd and 5. Timeout taken by El Camino. They had trouble getting the play in, didn't they?
Yes, and some more mistakes tonight. We've seen penalties, a turnover, and now this. But you gotta yes, we got a long way to go in this game. Of course, only the 2nd quarter. But I think you got to start your scoring right here.
How do you like that skyline?
Beautiful.
Is that beautiful?
Yeah,
It really is
yeah.
nice. And again, it's very warm. Still temperatures probably in the low 90s. But a comforting breeze and a very competitive high school football game. Well, Chatsworth got a win last night from the West Valley. They seem to be pretty good this year. Franklin, who is the next opponent for El Camino Royale, they also won. So it's not going to get easier down the road. This is a game Elko really wants to win. Walker on the power pitch. Adrian Walker with a head of steam.
That's a late flag thrown.
Would be enough for the 1st down, but let's check the marker.
Holding. Offense, number 2.
Ball in the block of Sean Lee, but there was a hold. It'll back El Camino Royale up.
That has got to be frustrating.
2nd and 15.
Pretty much situated just where you wanted it, but in a late one, a late hold that again was probably unnecessary. It's just going to back you up now outside the 30.
Acevedo has an open receiver. Parham. Mohammed with the stop. Boy, this Omar Mohammed's everywhere, isn't he?
Yeah. Such an asset. Play 2 ways and just flies all over the field.
3rd down. A long 7 to go for El Camino Royale. Down to 5:10 left. Opening half.
And that's what the penalty does, right? It just puts you behind the sticks, and then you're just climbing a mountain. And again, you had a situation where you were in scoring position. You still are, but just making it difficult on yourself very unnecessarily.
Acevedo to the air. Incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Targeting Donovan Carrillo, a young receiver, just a sophomore.
Carrillo.
It's 4th down and a long 7, maybe really closer to 8. They're not thinking about a field goal.
4th and 8 coming up.
Right now at the 24, so yeah, you're looking at a 41-yard field goal. They're going to go for it.
That's the right call. You got a quarterback that's been on target most of the evening. Got to find 19. Mentioned it before. Cortez is the big-time receiver. Of course, El Camino has a female kicker in Ashlyn DeLont. Drop by Acevedo. Running, trying to pick up the necessary yardage, but he's not going to get there. So it's going to go over on downs. Terrific defense by the Huskies. Dalen Garcia with the stop.
And it started with the bad snap. And you know, if there was one person that could have made something happen there and run for the first down, certainly got the quarterback to do it, Arturo Acevedo, but North Hollywood was not going to let that happen. Again, an opportunity wasted there with a big opportunity for El Camino Real. And the field position started in plus territory and just could not finish.
Oh, that penalty, the holding foul, really hurt their chances. Miss Paz is going to be with us at halftime, the trainer for El Camino Real. She'll chat with Jason Zabalik. Also, Rick Hayashida, the offensive coordinator, who's also the flag football coach, will join the coach at intermission. Mohammed breaking to the near side. Omar Mohammed. And a good, strong run for Mohammed.
Heck of a job bouncing off defenders to work his way to the outside.
First down, Huskies.
Certainly the player of the first half, Omar Mohammed. Let's see here. Yep, just kept bouncing off to the outside. Running over a man and getting a nice game.
Out to the 32-yard line of NH. The Huskies are going to be a factor in the East Valley with this double wing offense. El Camino's had good success in the past against this offense. You want to start and get them down in distance on your side on the carry there. That was Chris Renteria.
3-yard gain on the play.
Shouldn't be wearing 60. He is number 22. I was looking at him. I wasn't sure who it was, but he's got 22 on the helmet, and it is Chris Renteria. They just love him. They call him the bus at North Hollywood.
And North Hollywood not going to be in any hurry here at all. Still got a little over 3 minutes.
And they're very confident in their ground game. Belson bouncing outside. Jagger with a nice game, but it's going to bring up 3rd down and short. Cagua with the stop.
And Belson, the other part of the running back unit, who
4-yard gain on the play.
provided a nice 1-2 punch last week.
Timeout taken by the Huskies.
Timeout, North Hollywood.
2.5 minutes to play before the break. Well, it's been disappointing that El Camino started to build some momentum, but failed on that last drive.
Yep, they've had their chances. They've gotten some yards on the ground. They've taken some time off the clock, but the mistakes have really cost them. Every time they've made a mistake, it has hurt them, be it a penalty or a turnover.
Well, we've talked about El Camino. We're going to have a couple more Royal games on TV later in the season. 10-4. When it's the battle for supremacy in Woodland Hills, Taft will be here. We'll have the Toreadors and the Royals. That's on 10-4. And then on the road, 10-25 at Cleveland against the Cavaliers, who this week moved into the LA City section top 10 at number 10. So that'll be an interesting contest late in the year at Cleveland in Reseda. We'll have that one for you as well on LA36. Randy Rosenblum, Darren Preston. Darren, what do you think so far? It's been fairly enjoyable.
We knew, yeah, we were kind of expecting a low-scoring game and obviously a ground-oriented game.
Well, the way it started with that Mohammed burst, both
Yes.
defensively and offensively, we thought we might see some fireworks.
Yeah.
Third down and short for the Huskies. They need about 3.5. Again, El Camino has done a nice job so far bottling up the wing team. That double wing alignment. Mohammed is not going to get there. Great defense by Pesqueda. Number 15. Julian read the play beautifully. And it's 4th down and 1. Down to 2:10 left. I wouldn't be surprised if the Huskies go for it.
Absolutely. If I am the coach, I am keeping the offense on the field.
So Scott Fair is a riverboat gambler. He's got great confidence in his offensive unit. Feels like this is the best team he's had in the short tenure that he's been here at North Hollywood. 4th down and 1. Big play. Quarterback keep. That's good enough for the first down. Nice job there by the offensive line, and a late flag.
Flag on the play.
As Orlowskis easily picked it up. We'll have to check the marker.
He's the first man on the tackle.
Dead ball, personal foul. Number 2 on the defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Nick Genovese is the guilty party, and this really hurts. Minute 40 left, and North Hollywood's going to get great field position.
Yeah. Mr. Rice not messing around, pulling that flag out. That was a quick dead ball personal foul flag. And another mistake by the Royals, and that's going to move the Huskies into plus territory. Still got 90 seconds here to work with.
Clock is running. Line of scrimmage is the Elko 41. First down, North Hollywood. Now they can use the spread attack, and that's what they're going into.
Oh, he wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready for that. Orlowskis does a nice job of falling on it with flags coming out. He was not looking for that snap at that time.
Certainly the
Ball start on the offense.
quarterback
5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
not on the same page. Got a false start anyway.
5-yard penalty, still first down.
That's the first time we've seen him go to the spread. 7-0. El Camino down by a touchdown to the visiting North Hollywood Huskies. And a lot of nice renovations at North Hollywood High School. Brand new basketball arena, a lot of buildings on campus. LA City refurbishing North Hollywood High School. Orlowskis lofting it. Incomplete for Mohammed, who thought he was interfered with.
Yeah, got a little bit of a shove there from Nick Fernandez at the end. Very fortunate that, well, there is a flag.
Marker out,
yeah, but I don't think it's for that. It's not in that area of the field.
Pass interference, number 44
Well,
on the defense.
they did.
15-yard penalty, first
So that's
down.
interesting.
So it was Nick Fernandez that was hit for the infraction.
Let's take another look at the pass interference, the shove right there from Fernandez.
I think it's a good call. It's a 15-yard foul in high school football.
First down.
That gives the Huskies the automatic first down.
Ball was spotted at the 31-yard line.
There's 47 seconds left in the half. But the Huskies are in striking distance.
Still plenty of time, 46 seconds to get some points here.
Pitch, Mohammed. Omar Mohammed.
Tackle by number 25,
Takia Campbell, the outside linebacker with the stop. The clock is running. We're down to half a minute. North Hollywood needs to hurry here. Time's a-wasting. The run was good for the first down. But we're down to 25 seconds left. They spiked the ball to kill the clock. Second down for the Huskies. Final 22 seconds. 7-0 North Hollywood. This would be a big score if the Huskies are able to put it in the end zone. El Camino really needs to stop here. With their offense not putting anything on the board in the first 2.5 games, they can ill afford to go down by a couple touchdowns. Second down play. Huskies thought they were going to have one of those officials timeout. That's not the case. Thought maybe it'd be a heat break, but it wasn't. Second down play. And they will continue to run with Mohammed. And now the clock is running down to 15 seconds. Rubin with the stop. Carter Rubin, he's made a couple big hits on that line tonight for El Camino Royale.
Get up there and spike it here.
They have time to spike it. Yeah, there's 4.5 seconds left. Well, they have one play or a kick. And they have the guy with the strong leg. They're very confident in Diego Ariza. And he's on the field.
Yep, so the ball's going to be sitting on the 25, so that is going to be a 42-yard try.
And he's got the leg. Remember, in practice, he's hit from 55.
Yeah.
In what figures to be the final play of the opening half. Arloskas will hold.
Number 44.
Officially a 43-yard try. Not a good snap, and the kick is blocked. This is a chance for El Camino Royale.
Oh, wow.
They're going to return this for a touchdown. Nick Fernandez. Touchdown ECR. Let's see if this one stands up. Officials are talking. I'm not sure this is going to count. Fernandez thinks he has a touchdown.
Well, first of all, of course, a terrible snap. The Royals doing a wonderful job getting in there. Let's take another look here. A lot of blue and white jerseys getting in there.
And it will not count, apparently. I don't think you can return a block kick in prep football, although that looked pretty clean to me. I don't know why, in all candor, that doesn't count. Fans are vociferous here in their displeasure on that last call. 7-0 North Hollywood. Jason Zabalik will feature him at halftime. He's going to have a couple interviews. You know, we had the wet bulb give us clearance to play tonight. That's a little device that they've gotten in the California school curriculum this year, all across California. Gave us the positive color. They have a color coordinated device going, and that bulb gave us an orange color, which was good enough to play. Very step by step in the colors, and orange got him on the field. And speaking of on the field, the coach, Jason Zabalik, with a lovely young lady, the trainer of El Camino Royale.
We want to remind everyone to display.
Once again, I'm joined by my coach, our coach, Coach Emeritus, Coach Hayashida. Welcome back to the show, Coach.
I appreciate it. Lucky to get a chance to be out here because of you, and you know, always happy to be out here.
Today we're talking about something different. we're not talking about high school football. We're not talking about the old pigskin and the general traditional form. Today we're talking about girls flag football, and I don't think I got a chance to congratulate you properly about being a new head girls flag football coach here at El Camino. Talk to us a little bit about that, Coach.
Well, first of all, I appreciate that. It's been a couple years where we tried to get the girls program started. Real fortunate to have been named the head coach. First program here, obviously, in El Camino Real history. Just a lot of fun. I'm so grateful to be a part of it.
Now, the first day that we had tryouts, it looked like we were being attacked by the band members and their families. Talk to us a little bit about that day and the number of individuals that were interested in coming out to play.
So when we saw the girls out there, I didn't even think that was the girls that were going out for flag football. But we had 75 girls come out for flag football. We kept 23 of them, but tryouts were kind of wild. I mean, the bleachers were kind of full with parents watching their own daughters compete for a spot.
And talented individuals all up and down. I mean, the process of choosing who you were going to keep wasn't easy. I mean, you have starters up and down the board on the softball team, the volleyball team, the basketball team. I mean, talk to us a little bit about the talent base.
I'm real fortunate because we have a lot of multi-sport athletes. Some of the track girls that I coach, obviously some girls from the softball, the championship teams, and girls from basketball, girls from lacrosse. This school has been known to produce high-level girls, and I've been the fortunate benefit.
And we just so happen to have one of those girls playing this evening, Ashlyn DeLate, who doubles as both a kicker on the varsity football team as a senior, following in the footsteps of her brother, who was a quarterback here in 2020 right after the pandemic. And she doubles as, what position is she playing for you, Coach?
She'll play all the positions. She's so athletically inclined. We'll put her at center because center seems to be probably the most critical position near goal line, near first downs, and you can always count on her if she's going to make the catch.
So you can release all 6, right, and have just one throwing. It's normal 7-on-7 flag football rules, correct?
Only different from the boys is that the center is eligible, but it's the same that we go through every summer, the 7-on-7 competition, but a couple modifications.
Now, just in the last couple moments we have, Coach, talk to us a little bit about the struggle and when you guys practice and how it's been working on both football and girls flag football and the time commitment.
Well, originally we were planning on going 6 period. Obviously the temperature was too high, so we had to push the practice back to the evening. And then there's a lot of people competing for field space, the band, a soccer group that comes in. So we actually went to 7:30 in the morning practice, just trying to find a space and making time whenever we can.
And it's been a struggle, but this weekend is the first weekend. You excited?
Yeah, we're going to the UCLA Jamboree, 110 football teams. First time the girls get to compete against other schools. The girls are excited. I'm excited.
Any prognostications of how we're going to do on Saturday just yet, or just kind of wait and see and how it all pans out?
Well, I'm hoping it's a doubleheader. We win today, and then we win tomorrow, and then I'll have a great weekend.
Fantastic. Well, hopefully we can kick off the weekend in a good way, on a good note tonight, calling the plays as usual as he does on our football team, being the coach emeritus, keeping us in line. Coach Hayashida, thanks for being with us.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
7-0 in halftime in favor of North Hollywood High School. Again, bringing Darren Preston. Apparently on that last play, we mentioned it, the kick was blocked. It was returned for an apparent touchdown for El Camino. Very clean block, but we've been told that you can advance a block kick at the prep level. I've never heard of that before. Absolutely
a terrible rule if that's the case, and that's to our understanding right now. We're trying to get confirmation, but that's what we understand at this moment, that was not, that block kick was not being able to be advanced, and just an awful rule. It'd be one thing if it wasn't allowed on the next level, but of course it is. and just a great play. You take away a score and take away a great play altogether. It's not a good rule.
Yeah, you really feel bad for Nick Fernandez, who apparently had a touchdown. Anyway, let's meet Miss Paz, that athletic trainer, standing by with Jason Zabalik.
Thank you, Randy. Welcome to El Camino Real High School. I'm Jason Zabalik. I am once again your host for our fun halftime interview show. And this is our new facility. This is our new home. We got a chance to play on it last week. Not as successful as we had wanted it, but was nonetheless a great time. A bunch of students were just so excited to be out here, and it was a great environment. Tonight, we take on the North Hollywood Huskies, and I am joined by our wonderful athletic trainer, Miss Liav Paz. Welcome, Liav.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here finally on our amazing new football field. It feels so good.
And I'll tell you what, it's been a long time coming. I mean, I can't remember going back how many days it's been that we've had this struggle and going back and forth. And usually you're shipping around your cart to and from every field, gym, nook and cranny of the high school. I mean, talk to us a little bit about your experiences here at El Camino, and how did you find us in the first place, and how are we so lucky to get you?
Well, El Camino has always been a school that's so commonly talked about by so many in the Valley, with all of our accomplishments. So who doesn't know about El Camino? During the pandemic, we're shut down, obviously, and I was lucky enough to do a wonderful trip. And then when I came back, I was looking for a job. I was out of money, and thankfully, from my college, they sent an opening email that El Camino is looking for a new athletic trainer, and luckily got hired, and I've been here ever since then.
Fantastic. Now, it's amazing to be able to get an athletic trainer. I mean, maybe 3% of all high schools are lucky enough, at least in the state of California. I'm not sure how prevalent it is in other states across the country, but at least in California, especially in the city section where there's not a lot of funding for a full-time athletic trainer. Usually it's a EMT that shows up for the games that the school has to pay for on a week-to-week basis just for football pretty much. But you are EMT, you are first responder, you are CPR certified, and you came from your program at where?
California State University, Northridge.
I only say that because I was part of the kinesiology program there, and such a wonderful program, especially for athletic training, sending trainers to everywhere. When I was at Pierce College, we had a chance to work with a lot of interns that were CSUN students to begin with, and so looking to build the programs of athletic training in other little local areas and high schools and junior colleges. So it was fantastic to get to work with them. And give us a little tidbit of what you do during the day, because I know you're busy from the time you get here until we end football practice at God only knows when because of the heat, sometimes 7:30 at night. So give us a replay of a day in the life.
Yes, so I'm going to start with your first sort of introductory question. It is tough for us athletic trainers at the moment, but we're doing everything to advocate for ourselves, finding fair pay for all of us, and having us in all the high schools because healthcare is prevalent, it is needed. These high schoolers, they deserve us. The difference between hiring an EMT for a game versus me being here full time is having access to somebody who can read the field, use their wet bulb globe thermometer, especially during this week.
And we're going to talk about that in just a second.
And quite the aggressive heat wave, being here full time, being one-on-one with the athletes and being able to work with them through all their injuries, understanding who they are as individuals and giving them that well-rounded care more than just, oh, this is what happened, now I release you. It's working with them week in and week out, talking to their doctors and giving them whatever they need in order to return back to the field healthy and 100%.
Treatments during lunch time, during your lunch hour,
Yes.
then to practices to tape and ice and treat and respond to any injuries at the moment, and then at the end of the day wrap up and still follow through and build that relationship. And to me, I think that's the best part of you getting to do what you do, is actually building that relationship with some of the kids and some of the parents. Now let's talk about, in the last moments that we have, the wet bulb globe. What is this instrument and how is it instrumental to health safety for these young men?
Yeah, so it's been an aggressive heat wave. We have an amazing little gadget given us by the CIF. It accounts for the heat, the relative humidity, and the wind, and gives us a number. That number lies within specific guidelines in specific zones, and according to, we modify practices, their max amount of time they're allowed to be outdoors, if they're allowed to be padded up, or only in shorts and shirts. It's just precautionary measures we take in order to ensure safety for our athletes during this crazy heat wave. So,
as you can see, we're very lucky to have Miss Paz with us, and her knowledge base and her skills and ability and relationship building abilities. And she's just such a wonderful part of El Camino, and we're so blessed to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Coach Savo.
I like that, Coach Sabo. All right, I want to talk about that finishing play, that controversial play. We are now hearing that you can advance it, and they basically blew the call. I don't understand why this is not a touchdown.
Yeah, the ball was, let's watch the block here. So the ball was forward, which means this should be an advanceable football.
Now, if it went backwards,
right,
they can't advance it.
So clearly this is human error. The ball was blocked in a forward direction from what we understand.
Well, look at it here. It's clear as day.
This should have been forward. 6 points the other way.
Well, we'll see if that ends up being the difference in the ball game. But we've heard it was an inadvertent whistle. We've heard a lot of different things, but
just taking multiple
none of them
looks.
are right.
Yep, and seeing the same thing each time. The coaching staff in disbelief there at the end of the first half. That would have been a heck of a way for the Royals to enter the second half.
And give Shane Bogaz great credit. He came in number 4 and blocked it. Fernandez picked it up, but it was Bogaz that made the rejection.
Right away, it was ruled dead, but
well, let's take a look at some first half highlights. It's a 7-0 North Hollywood lead. So El Camino is going to have to cleanse its mind of that would-be distraction, that touchdown that didn't count. Here's a fumble taken out of the air by Mohammed. Right place, right time, and Omar, their great wingback, returns it deep into Elko territory, and then he finished off the drive.
Yeah, does it on both sides of the ball. This was very early on. After El Camino had moved the ball a little bit, that was the first problem they had. Get a nice return here, but then I believe this is where they were penalized on the holding call.
Yeah, Isaiah Moore had the return. Isaiah Moore, the new player for El Camino Royale.
And running back just playing about 70%, Adrian Walker. And then a nice play here. This eventually was brought back. He had stepped out of bounds, but then again, playing from behind the sticks because they had more penalties on that drive.
And then our favorite play of the first half, that block kick. And again, this is an exercise in futility because it doesn't count. 7-0 North Hollywood leads as we get set for the third quarter. North Hollywood will get the football as we begin. But El Camino had some positive things there. Didn't get that whistle, but they played much better in the second quarter. And Fernandez is fired up still.
See where their mindset is. El Camino coming into this third quarter after just an uncalled for ending to that first half. And shooting themselves in the foot as well several times.
Well, the Huskies with the 7-0 halftime lead. They'll play at Arleta after a week off, and Arleta's the favorite in their league, the East Valley League. Their rivalry games with Pauley and Grant follow the good after the Arleta game. So the schedule's going to go right into league play for North Hollywood. Huskies will get it. One would imagine Belson and Mohammed will be back deep. Trying to return the kickoff and give NH some positive field position. Glad you're with us in Woodland Hills. Temperatures in the 90s. The breeze has died down. And we'll see what develops. Connor Bailey will kick off. Consistent from 30 and in as a placement specialist. 6-foot senior, Connor Bailey. Second half is underway. Short kick to the far sideline. Some popping on that sideline. But the Huskies are going to have pretty good field position.
Just not really understanding the short kick. North Hollywood's got a great running game. Give them decent field possession here. And the last thing they need is to be helped out. Starting on their own 40.
Well, the Huskies had the ball late in the first half, drove down, had the kick blocked. Now they get it back. Yeah, number 6 is the featured running back, the sensational Omar Morgan. Omar, good student too. He's undersized, but he's great on the field. He's a 3.7 GPA, high academic guy.
Ball unsportsmanlike, number 4.
Sideline warning against the Royals.
Shane Bogaz with the infraction. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
They called it a sideline warning on the PA system.
I don't think that's right.
You are right. It was a unsportsmanlike, and you got a pre-snap penalty here on the Royals. Yet another mistake.
15-yard penalty.
And just like that, the Huskies start in plus territory.
45-yard line. You just wonder what Bogaz said, because he had to have said something. Bogaz is one of the real leaders. When you talk about talents on this El Camino team, Shane's as gifted as anyone. Well, the whistle's right now not going on Jason Zabalek's side. He's not getting the calls. And a good gain on first down. That's a good surge up front and a nice run from Raymond Perez. That's a good chunk on first down for North Hollywood. Pick up a 7, 2nd down and 3. Well, an opportunity for the Huskies to open it up a little bit here with the 7-0 lead. First minute of the third quarter. Arlauskas just looking to get to that first down stick. Good to have El Camino Rail football back on LA36. We had the game at Kennedy. Wait a minute. We got the temperature going up a couple of degrees.
Yeah, I was just
the wind is down, the temperature is up.
Right when you talked about it coming into the third quarter, the temperature has increased in the last few minutes because
a cool
we don't have
99,
the breeze.
Darren.
Yep, we don't have the breeze as we did in the first half and before kickoff.
You see the wind graphic? Calm.
Yep.
1st and 10 Huskies. Arlauskas got the necessary yardage. 10:35 left in the third quarter. Huskies looking for an add-on score. Again, both coaches felt coming in this was an even game. Could go either way. The up back with the carry. Chris Renteria.
Brought down by number 11, Lincoln Elbert.
Elbert with the tackle. But again, a nice gain on first down. Huskies doing a nice job on those first down carries.
Very steady. They've not had too many mistakes, if any, in this game. I mean, they're only leading by 7, but an opportunity here to make it a 2-score game.
Well, they're well coached. They're well schooled. These are veteran players. They know how to run the double wing, and they execute. And that's what it's all about in the double wing, is execution and deception. Mohammed, he has running room and a first down.
Picks up the first down. Tackled by number 23, Mason Lewis.
Lewis with the stop. This is a nice looking drive for North Hollywood. Looking to make a statement early in the third quarter.
5-yard gain on the play. First and 10 from the 22-yard line.
Again, North Hollywood dropped a 14-7 decision to ECR a year ago at North Hollywood. Looking for some revenge. The #1 ranked team in Division III right now are the Huskies. First down call. Belson. Jagger Belson with a strong run. Inside the 15.
Yep, sticking with their MO are the Huskies. Mohammed and Belson. And a steady quarterback play of Arlauskas.
But again, 8 yards on first down.
Yep. Getting the offensive line to contribute.
And this weighs on you too if you're on defense. A punishing ground game by North Hollywood. Second down and 2. Renteria. Chris Renteria barreling forward. Tripped up by Lincoln Elbert. This is an impressive drive. Controlling the game right now are the Huskies.
Had the ball for more than 4 minutes.
First and goal
as the ball's tickling the 10. Arlauskas. Really nice game manager. Renteria again up the middle. Lost the ball. It's loose. He got hit at the 5 and it came out. North Hollywood has turned it over. And Isaiah Foreman, the former Husky, recovers. You were talking how clean North Hollywood was playing. That's a huge turnover.
So now we see the opening drive of the second half and the final drive of the first half, in which North Hollywood had a couple of chances to really get some separation on the scoreboard and have come up empty both times. Got a blocked field goal to end the first half and the turnover on the doorstep of scoring here to open up the second half.
A tremendous hit by Isaiah Foreman to knock it away from Renteria.
That's a great hit.
Now it's up to the offense to respond. Again, some excitement for Elko.
Let's see if Elko can get some ground game going and use much of this third quarter.
Quarterback is David Molina. So Coach Zabok's going to the relief pitcher Molina, who started in week 1. Little reverse action.
Reverse to number 22.
And that's the new guy on the block again, Isaiah Moore. They're obviously excited to have him on campus. They're trying to get him a ball in any way on the perimeter, in space. Was not able to turn the corner that time. From Frisco, Texas. It's the Dallas Cowboys training site. Second down and 9, only a pickup of 1. Well, Molina, this quarterback, is a junior. He's 5'11", 150 pounds. Coach calls him a quiet leader and a hard worker. Long signal count. That one's caught by Cortez. But again, well defended by Kelly Warburton. Warburton's one of these guys who can play anywhere on the field. Linebacker, tight end, wide receiver.
Such a dangerous play when you're backed up like that to throw it.
Yeah, that could have been picked off and gone the other way easily. Now this becomes a huge third down for the Royals. They don't want to have to punt from their end zone. 7-0 Huskies. The touchdown very early in the game. We haven't had anything since. 5.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Big third down play for ECR. They need 8. Pressure on Molina. It'll be 4th and long, and they get to him. They sack him. Alejandro Sandoval was there for the sack. Sandoval had a scoop and a score of 25 yards in their win over Canoga Park, and here he has the big sack.
North Hollywood getting in there really quickly and forcing a 3 and out after ECR got that turnover. Playing deep in their own end zone now.
The Molina punt. Out to the 45. Again, putting pressure on that Elko defense to make a stop. 7-0 it remains. Huskies plus territory.
Yeah, just in spite of the mistakes tonight by El Camino Real and the incredible misfortune to end the first half, they are hanging around.
Against the undefeated and unscored upon Huskies. That sounds good, doesn't it? Unbeaten and unscored upon.
And less than a quarter and a half away from perhaps making it 3 in a row.
Mohammed taking the pitch. Has first down yardage and a lot more. Pesqueda finally drags him down at the 25-yard line. A 20-yard run by Omar Mohammed. Pesqueda needs a break.
There's 2 guys down right now, 1 from each side.
This is some run by Mohammed.
Yep, that's what North Hollywood looks to do really the rest of the night. I haven't been able to stop that. North Hollywood, though, has had trouble finishing as well.
Cramps, no surprise. Got to get a lot of liquid in your system when this heat wave starts like this. It really takes its toll on your body. We just had the graphic, 99 degrees. Doesn't feel like it, though, does it, Darren? We're outside tonight.
Yeah, it kind of does. I don't know.
Maybe I'm in the valley all the time, and I get used to it. I don't know. But it feels a little cooler than 99. It's warm. There's no question about it.
Tell by the way the trainers are extending that leg at the 40-yard line. That I would have to agree with you that it does look like cramps.
Well, now we have an update. It's 96 degrees. Thank you, guys.
And for ECR, Julian Pesqueda down on the 25. Don't quite have the view of him.
For North Hollywood? Yeah, that would be Luis Castro if it is 25, and it's on the far side of the field. 4:23 to play. Third quarter. 7-0 North Hollywood. Again, these are not serious injuries. These are just because of the heat. The cramps come and it slows down play. Everyone's going to be okay here. Players are coming off the field. Renteria was one of the players that got in on that stop, forced the action. He looks to be a pretty good performer for North Hollywood. Nice crowd on the El Camino Real side. You can see it's short sleeves tonight. No question about that. A lot of shorts as well. Shorts and a short shirt. It's summer weather in the valley.
Number 5, Alaska's being assisted off the field.
So it's first down for North Hollywood High School, right around the 25-yard line of El Camino Real. See that picture from high above El Camino Royale Football Stadium. Beautiful stadium. Nice to see the facilities all prettied up. And they worked on this facility for over a year. Elko needs a stop. Avila in at quarterback as Huskies was shaken up. Mohammed taking the handoff, and he's taken down for a loss. That's a big-time play by Mason Lewis. So Andres Avila, backup quarterback, athlete, also can play defensive end and tight end. Very physical guy with a strong arm in at quarterback for North Hollywood.
6'2", 195. We'll see if North Hollywood can keep up the rhythm with their backup quarterback on the field.
Arlauskas was shaken up on that play. That's why he's out.
Just had to keep the ball on the ground, I would think.
Second down and 11. Handoff Renteria right up the middle. Strong run. Good yardage for Chris Renteria. Emran Wardak with the stop. We're down to 3 minutes, and North Hollywood's on the doorstep.
Take a look at Renteria here. He's a guy that can be very elusive, especially up the middle. Hard guy to find. He's only 5'6", so he's one of those guys that can really sneak through there. Tough to pull down. 225, and guy that runs really well downfield.
Another player for El Camino with a cramp. And the last quarter and change, we could have this happen a few times with the young guys cramping up. 7-0 North Hollywood. Big third down play coming up.
Yeah, and if you're North Hollywood, again, really no reason to go airborne. I've had a lot of success running the ball. Just need 4 yards. They've used the clock to their advantage tonight, and they've opposed their big, strong offensive line. Mentioned that El Camino Real is the team that's really going to have to finish drives tonight and find ways to put points on the board. But I could say the same thing for North Hollywood, because they have literally just let ECR hang around in this game.
Leov Paz, the trainer of El Camino. We met her at halftime. Delightful young lady.
Let's hear it for the Royals defense.
Third down and 3.5 for North Hollywood. Mohammed won't get there. It's fourth down.
Well, probably had 2 plays to make 4 yards here.
Well, they do have the option of trotting out their kicker.
That's true. He does have a good leg.
Ariza, and again, when he was blocked on the kick, it was because it was an errant snap from center. But for the moment, the offense is out there. A field goal would be huge.
Make it a 2-possession game. They'd be looking at a 37-yarder if they want to try it. The attempt was longer than that to end the first half. The one that was blocked, but
4th and 5. They're going to go for it after the loss of 1.5 yards. Avila in at quarterback. Again, he's got a strong arm. North Hollywood doesn't throw very much, but he's capable.
Flag on the play. Delay of game against the Huskies.
Well, now it's 4th and 10. I might be tempted to trot the field goal kicker out at this point. We'll see.
so if they do try it, it is the same distance as that attempt to end the half. It's within his range, and I think you made a really good point. Going up 2 possessions would be huge. Yes, you have a full quarter to play, but
Timeout, North Hollywood.
as expected, a ground-oriented and low-scoring game.
Again, it was 14-7. El Camino winning this game last year at North Hollywood. North Hollywood has called the timeout. uncertain whether they're going to go for it or kick it. My gut feeling is that Scott really wants to go for it. Now, whether he will or not, I don't know. But Scott Fair really wants to win this game. And here's a chance, I would imagine he believes, to get a knockout punch in there.
I don't know what the analytics would tell you right now. Of course, normally on the next level, the analytics have you kicking a field goal 42 yards and making it a 2-possession game. But this being high school football, a lot of teams would certainly be prone to going for this.
They're kicking.
Yep.
They have confidence in Diego Ariza.
Number 44, Diego Ariza will attempt.
The field goal attempt is huge. Low snap again. And again, it's blocked. Well, I don't know if they'll go for the next one. It's North Hollywood football as Orlaskas, who came back in, fell on the ball. Well, we know what North Hollywood's going to work on in practice next week.
Yeah, just having some blocking issues on these special teams. That was second 42-yard field goal attempt that's been blocked. And yet again, North Hollywood going deep into plus territory and coming up without any points.
I'll tell you who's frustrated. It's Diego Ariza. He really hadn't had a chance. First down at the 42 for El Camino Real. Trips to the left. Molina to the air, throws it behind Cortez. Second down and 10.
Got to give your receivers a chance. We saw this a couple of times in the first half where he would throw behind the receiver. Take a look at the block kick here, getting in quickly as they did in the first half. Had that touchdown taken away from them, we believe, unnecessarily. But
second down and 10. There's no replay in high school football. I guess you could protest, but you never win protest. So that 7-0 lead is what it is, and there's nothing they can do about it unless they do it on the field. Second down, they need a play. Who will make a play for Elko? Cortez has it. He's the man. He's the main guy. Garcia with the stop. Short of the first down. It'll bring up third down. But Rafa's got wonderful hands. You throw it in his vicinity, his area code, he's going to make the grab. Pick up a 5, third down, and a long 5 for Elko. Another player down. And again, these stoppages are going to occur the rest of the way because of the heat. They're cramps. This football field has been renovated. It's been redone, and it is gorgeous. Nice to see. Good to have El Camino playing home games, and this aerial shot will just show you how wonderful looking it is.
yeah, beautiful facility here. Got the trees behind the goalposts. Got some hills behind the grandstands across the way. Beautiful campus, and again, arguably the best public school in the country. This place has been so well known over the years. Everything they have done with their academic decathlon championships nationally, and their solid sports programs that go way beyond football. All those city titles in baseball and softball. Nice to see them develop a flag football program here as well.
Big third down play for El Camino Real. They need a conversion here. They don't want to give it back to North Hollywood. They've been relying on that defense, and how much can you ask of that El Camino defense? How long can they keep North Hollywood out of the end zone as Pesqueda continues to get work on?
They've made plays defensively. Again, North Hollywood has had several chances to basically put things away and certainly get separation on the scoreboard.
That's Kelly Warburton. Again, this is tough because These kids are giving out all the energy in the world. They're selling out, and you just got to get liquid in your system. We've talked about it. It's still close to 100 degrees here.
Yeah. Yet while the ECR defense has done their thing, at times you feel like the Royals have just refused to take advantage of it offensively. And
third down and 5. Got his man. First down yardage to Rafa Cortez. I think I'd throw him the football on every down.
a couple of nice calls and plays to Cortez. So they have found something else in their offense here as the third quarter starts to wind down. Again, you don't need to get it back in one chunk. You are within one score. Still got 12 plus minutes to work with, and
first and 10. ECR thanks to the work of Rafa Cortez. And Molina piloting the team in the third stanza. Molina under duress. Forced to run. Good effort by the Elko quarterback in the final seconds of the third quarter. Gains a couple, but you love how hard Molina is working. Another player down with a leg cramp. Well, Birmingham in the West Valley struggling tonight against Oak Park, and Oak Park's a team that Elko scrimmaged and beat. But tonight, Oak Park at halftime is leading Birmingham, the four-time city champion. Again, Oak Park's a Southern Section team, taking it to the Patriots 21-0. That's a bit of a surprise.
Birmingham #1 in the city this week.
Not if that score holds up. There's another big game tonight is Mater Dei and Bishop Gorman, ranked #1 and 2 in the country. The last we heard, Mater Dei was up 14-0. That was the halftime score. Here it's 7-0. Again, we're having numerous delays for these leg cramps. How about these pictures tonight from the 36 crew, from the drone? Eddie Estrada, who's one of the best defensive players and offensive players in the line for North Hollywood, is the last one to walk off with the cramps as the Royals look to map out a big play. Second down and 8. We're back to action. Final seconds of the third quarter. Molina to the air. The deep ball. Cortez has the catch. In the final 3.5 seconds of the third, Rafa Cortez is putting on a receiving clinic.
Somebody forgot about number 19. That's his third catch on this drive. And again, El Camino Real has a scoring opportunity.
22 yards. Quarterback David Molina to his splendid wide receiver, Rafa Cortez. That's a big-time play. That's the nicest effort of the night.
This is a well-thrown ball.
In fact, that was Acevedo that came back in for Molina and threw the ball.
Yep.
So Acevedo back in to pilot the team, and boy, does he respond with a big-time throw.
Yeah, he threw the ball in the sideline area of the field, and yes, Cortez did have to stop and make that catch, but Cortez was so far open, it really didn't matter if, you know, it wasn't out in front, but he was in position to make that play. So very well done all around.
Like what we've seen from El Camino Real here, they forced the turnover when it looked like North Hollywood was going to expand their lead. Here, their offense for the first time tonight moving the ball. A gorgeous Acevedo to Cortez strike has put them in a position maybe to tie the game.
That's going to be the question. Can they finish a drive for the first time this year?
Well, they've been shut out for nearly 11 quarters. North Hollywood has not surrendered a point in nearly 11 quarters. What's going to give?
First and 10 for the Royals.
This figures to be the final play of the third quarter. Acevedo taking to the air. He wants it all. Too far for Cortez, and that's how the third quarter ends.
And that's a ball that had to be overthrown. If it's underthrown, it's in danger of being picked, but it's obviously a tight gap at the end, at the back of the end zone.
Well, one of the problems for El Camino in the game offensively is they have no ground game. So they're really one-dimensional, and the one dimension is throwing the ball, and it's working right now.
Hey, lays it right out there. Nice efforts. And again, you don't want to underthrow that pass. So if that's the worst thing that comes of that, so be it.
Well, the breeze has gone away. I'd like to see that return. And there is a student body section that is ready to erupt. They want to be delirious with joy. 1 quarter to go here in Woodland Hills. El Camino Royale football on LA36. Randy Rosenblum, Darren Preston, and our entire LA36 crew. The final 12 minutes. The Huskies by 7-0.
So you got a 2nd and long. I think you're going back and try a run here or something safe, maybe underneath. Not necessarily in 4-down territory, but again, pressure is on to finish this drive.
2nd down and 10. 96 degrees as we begin the fourth quarter. Acevedo lost the ball. It came out late.
Very fortunate to keep this ball.
Yep, El Camino will hold on to it. 3rd down.
Yeah, that's
Sakai recovered it. Tatum Sakai.
Number 64.
And it was punched out of there, no question about it.
Itzhak Barrientos with the tackle. Timeout.
There is a flag apparently.
Injured player on the field.
That player is down too. I don't know if there is a penalty. I think they might have picked it up.
That brings up 3rd and 9.
Joe Rice, again, he's been doing this for 17 years. He's a really good official in the San Fernando Valley. Again, he's worked on 3 city championship games. And this has been a little bit longer night with all the setbacks with the cramps. You can see why they're cramping up with that kind of weather report. Won't deter these cheerleaders, will it? Again, hobbling off is Ishak Barrientos for North Hollywood. He's the latest to go to the sideline. Clock is running. First few seconds, fourth quarter. 3rd down and 9. Will El Camino Royale finally convert a big play? Taking a long time before they snap the football here. To the air. Incomplete. Wanted Parham. Excellent coverage from the guy who's the quarterback, who's also in the secondary. And of course, that is Nate Arloskus. And it's 4th down, and obviously El Camino Royale needs to go for it.
Terrific coverage, one-on-one here. So take another look. Another nicely thrown ball. They have their man out there, Cortez, but very well covered. That was Anthony Parham, excuse me.
Fourth down, what do you want them to dial up? I got to think it's going to Cortez. I don't think there's any surprise if number 19 is the one they target. He's one of three to the right of the quarterback who didn't know that the ball was coming, and he's in trouble, running for his life, throwing it up, and it's picked off by Belson. Belson's coming back the other way. He's got blazing speed, Jagger Belson. He's finally dragged down by a wonderful effort from Anthony Parham, but what a play by Belson. And he's going to cramp up, but he's given the Huskies sudden field change.
And another opportunity for El Camino Real.
Number 1 returns it all the way to the 15-yard line.
Not ready for the snap, and then the scramble mode, and then just throwing it up in the air, hoping for a miracle. But Jagger Belson, who's also one of the running backs on this team, thought he was going to take it to the house.
How about that play by Parham from behind?
Yeah, Parham catches him and avoids the pick six, but another disastrous ending to a drive for El Camino Real. And North Hollywood has left this door open all night, and ECR just has not taken advantage.
Let's just say both coaches will have teachable moments next week. It was fourth down. That's why he threw it up for grabs. Obviously, it's an ill-advised pass, but on fourth down, he knew he had to do something with it, and Belson makes Elko pay. "11 minutes left, and a great opportunity after the Belson pick for North Hollywood to put the squeeze on the Royals. I would think we'll see number 6 Omar Mohammed featured. Good news for North Hollywood as well. Nate Arlauskas back in on offense, replacing Andres Avila, who came in to give him a breather after Nate was shaken up.
Number 5, Nate Arlauskas back in the quarterback for the Huskies. Pitch to number 6,
Mohammed goes inside the 10-yard line.
There's a flag on the play.
Marker out.
I believe I saw a face mask. But again, another situation in the red zone, right? So it's been on both sides of the field. El Camino Real failing to score and tie the game up with opportunities. They've had chances, but North Hollywood, you could say the same thing, opportunities to put the game away.
Joe Rice looking to make the call, and he'll give us what happened.
Face mask on the defense, number 14. Half the distance to the goal. Keep it down.
Isaiah Foreman.
Was a face mask, so.
Ball's inside the 5-yard line. First down and goal, North Hollywood High School.
It'll be first and goal from the 40-yard line.
This is pivotal here, obviously, for both teams.
Yeah, with El Camino not scoring and the defense of North Hollywood, 2 touchdowns, seems like 10 scores right now. Huskies looking to punch it in.
Quarterback keeper number 5.
Arlauskas.
Well, that ball came out, but I think he's down.
Yeah, he was down.
Number 4, Shane
Bogaz with the stop. But they're right there. They're a yard away.
Down to the 1-yard line. Second and goal.
You mentioned it. Neither team has finished drives well. They've been very sloppy in the red zone.
Both sides been an awful red zone game offensively.
10 minutes to play, and El Camino Real staring down the barrel of a 2-touchdown deficit unless something dramatic happens. Arlauskas again will carry it.
Quarterback keeper number 5.
Didn't quite get in. But in a sense, this is working in North Hollywood's favor because that clock is very friendly for the Huskies.
Coachman on the defense, half the distance to the goal. Repeat the down.
That really hurts. It gives them another down, and again, an Elko mistake.
It's been one of the themes of the night.
Second down and very short for a touchdown. Second down. The ball's right up against the goal line. On second down, another quarterback keep.
Quarterback sneaked again.
Touchdown. He's in. He got in. Arlauskas scores, and it's 13-0 Huskies.
1 yard run by number 5, Nate Arlauskas.
Well, it wasn't easy for North Hollywood to finally punch it in, but they got there.
Yeah, it's literally took most of the night after that first score from North Hollywood in the first quarter.
See if Ariza can punch this one through. Let's see if he gets a good snap and the hold. Didn't have that on the placements. Did convert the earlier PAT, and that one looks accurate. And is 14-0 Huskies.
The score is now the North Hollywood Huskies 14, El Camino Royals 0. 9 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the fourth
Well,
quarter.
a little sneak there from Nate Arlauskas. And now you got a tall order if you're El Camino Real. The one thing we can pretty much assume the rest of the night, ECR will have that extra down to work with. They'll be in 4-down territory. Down 2 touchdowns.
Well, they need a big play. They've not been able to come up with the big play. They do have time on their side. Moore and Kagwa are back deep.
Number 44, Diego Arreaza will kick off for the Huskies.
So maybe they'll get the big return here to jumpstart that offense. But it's imperative, one would think, on this possession, Darren, they need to score right here.
Yeah, I mean, that's, again, the theme of the night. It's amazing because it's not like the opportunities haven't been there. There have been multiple chances to do something in plus territory, and they have just shot themselves in the foot.
Parham bobbled it for a moment, and he is in definite trouble and goes down at the 17. So it's going to be a long field, and now a late flag thrown in, just for good measure. Joe's been busy in this second half, hasn't he, the lead official?
Yeah, quite a few penalties in this game, and they've been very costly for ECR. They've moved the ball well for quite a bit tonight. We have seen a lot of things.
We're waiting for Joe.
Blindside block on the return team, number 12, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Again, the Royals hurt themselves.
And a blindside block that's going to push them half the distance.
What's the old slogan? We've conquered the enemy, and the enemy is us.
Yep.
Well, that would apply in many respects to Elko tonight. They're trying their best, but they're playing a very good North Hollywood high school football team. Not going to get it any easier next week when the Franklin Panthers come to town and the brilliant quarterback Eddie Cuevas. Cuevas can really sling it. Final 9:20. Time for Elko to get busy. Deep one to the far side. Cortez is brilliant. Great throw as well.
Again, great flashes of this combination here. The great throwing ability of Arturo Acevedo. Cortez has had a busy second half.
Since Acevedo came back in, he's been right on time with his throws.
Yes.
Out to the 40-yard line. Well, a positive note here in the second half. Elko's moving the ball. They haven't scored. They haven't broken through yet, but they are moving the pigskin. Again to the air. Again to Cortez, and he's knocked down after a pickup of 5. What a hit by Omar Mohammed. Mohammed is plain and simply a football player.
Yeah. Two-way.
Gain of 6 yards on the play. 2nd and 4. Timeout, North Hollywood.
Huskies will take a timeout really to give their defense a breather.
That's a good timeout. It's not getting any cooler out there.
5, 8, 9, 6.
Catch your breath. And
3, 9, 1, 5,
well, the next time it's going to get cooler out there is going to be next week. Like Tuesday or Wednesday. Well, Darren, that's been fun here. Hard-hitting football game. Really, for El Camino Real, frustrated would be the word. They just have had chances.
yeah, I mean, they haven't been outplayed, really. I mean, because they've moved the ball. They've had some nice defensive efforts, some clutch stops, and a nice block kick that unfortunately was, I thought was a return for 6 points, but got taken away. And just the scoreboard has not worked out, and much in part because of their inability to finish in the red zone. And the mistakes have been incredibly costly. A couple of big turnovers, and the flags have just ruined it for them tonight.
They need 2 big-time drives in the final 8:23. Acevedo's been on target, though, in the back half since coming back in. The blitz. Acevedo going up top. Has the receiver on the near side, Lincoln Elbert. I love the way Acevedo got that ball out because they were coming after him.
He's got a very quick release. That's going to be very beneficial as we get deeper into the schedule.
Elbert, the junior wide receiver, brought it in. Very smart guy. Elbert's got a 4.5 GPA.
Wow.
First down, El Camino Real. Again to the air. A near miss for Parham on the slant pattern. Coverage again from Kelly Warburton.
That's a timing play, so that ball's not there at the right exact split second more often than not. And you see this at the college and even pro level, that play where very difficult when you got a timing pattern like that.
Well, we talked about this being imperative, the need to score here. El Camino's come right down the field. They've reached the North Hollywood 45-yard line. Isaiah Foreman, the former Husky, on the field, as you can see, near side. Almost exclusively in the air for El Camino. Another throw to Elbert. It'll bring up a 3rd down. He's inside the 40 to the 39. Alaskis, that quarterback DB, Nate Arlaskis with the tackle.
6-yard gain on the play.
3rd and 4. The downs just get bigger and bigger, don't they?
Going to be in 4-down territory the rest of the night.
Back to throw. Another perfect throw to Foreman. Don't know that he got the necessary yardage. I think he might be a little bit short here. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Down to the 35-yard line.
Did he get it? And they're going to give him the necessary yardage. It was really close, but they signal 1st down.
Doing a nice job here, the Royals are, getting several receivers in the mix.
Yeah, they're spreading the wealth.
Yeah.
Clock running, 7:25 left. Bad snap.
And there's that.
Flag on the play.
Ball start, offense, number 50. 5-yard penalty, Still first down.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a pretty good false start penalty.
Botash was the victim of the false start, but that's actually, as you said, it works in their behalf. Seems like when they get in North Hollywood territory, they self-destruct.
Yes, that's gone on the entire night, and really the reason for the 14-0 score.
You do see promise in this attack. They have the receiver in Cortez, some other weapons on the field. Lincoln Elbert is growing up. Williams can go get it deep. And you got a quarterback in Acevedo who can really throw and run. Acevedo to the air. He's got his man. It's Foreman inside the 30-yard line.
Brought down by number 6, Omar Mohammed.
Mohammed with the stop. First down, El Camino Real, or is it? It's very close again. It'll be second down and a yard.
2nd and 2.
I like the way Acevedo is piloting the team. Again, throwing, now forced to run. It's a great defensive play by Jagger Belson to come up and get him.
Jagger Belson.
No gain, third down and 2.
Loss of a yard.
Clock shows 6 minutes left, midway stage, fourth quarter. Royals trying to make it interesting. Acevedo goes down, tripped up by you-know-who, Omar Mohammed.
Yeah, the spread offense and big number 6 getting in there really quickly. Thought they could have kept the ball on the ground there and a little bit quick development of a play, but now you're at 4th and 10.
This is it, really, you would think. If the Royals have any chance with 5:20 left in that clock running, big-time ally of the Huskies, they have to convert here.
And now you have to throw the ball.
Well, they've thrown it on every down. There's no ground game at all.
Yeah, and I thought there should have been on at least one of those plays.
The only run was a forced run when the quarterback had to scramble. Here's the big 4th and 10, and he will run here. And he won't get there.
Quarterback keeps it.
Big time hit by Dalen Garcia, and the ball's going to go over on downs, and El Camino continues to be frustrated.
Seen this movie all night. North Hollywood territory, it just stalls out again.
North Hollywood will take over on their own 32-yard line.
Huskies will start this drive from their 32, looking to
4 minutes and 53
wipe out the remaining 4:53 on the clock. And for Acevedo, he's had some great moments tonight. Just has not been able to get his team in the end zone. And the Huskies are looking for a few first downs, and that'll do it. Mohammed
Pitch to number 6, Omar Mohammed.
has 3 or 4 yards.
Brought down
Yeah,
by
North
number
Hollywood
23, Mason
talking
Lewis.
about ball security. I would imagine that huddle. They just want to hold on to the pigskin.
Yep, no rush here at all. Keep that clock rolling. If you're the Huskies, do not snap the ball with more than 5 seconds on the play clock.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Second down and 7. And
Second and
as
7 coming
you
up.
stated, they are in no hurry to get to the line. Clock is their best friend. Approaching 4 minutes left. Going right up the middle with Raymond Perez.
Raymond Perez with the carry.
Well, that's a quick hitting offense. The first back through.
Number 73, Carter Rubin with the stop. That'll be a first down.
They gave him enough yardage for the first down. He needed 7. He got 7.5. We're down to 3.5 minutes remaining. Got to be frustrating for El Camino Real coach Jason Zabalik and staff. Team played better tonight. There's improvement here.
Yes, that's what you have to take out of this game going into next week's game against Franklin. Figure out ways to finish drives and avoid those self-inflicted wounds.
Pitch to number 6, Omar
Mohammed.
Tackled by number 13.
Short game.
Wilson.
Lance Wilson came up and greeted him. It's apparent that barring a miracle, El Camino Real is going to fall short. This is a disappointing loss after beating this Husky team by a touchdown at North Hollywood last year. But again, you have to work on the fact that you improved.
Certainly improved by getting a lot of yardage on the ground and in the air. Just a disappointing game in another way.
It's interesting too, Darren. Coming in, El Camino's question might have been in the air. Then you looked at the running back room with Walker and Genovese, who we have not seen carry the football tonight. And they also like Kona Malik, who had a 100-yard rushing game in the win at Taft last year and was great. So you like the running backs coming into the season. Well, they've had an absence of a running game here tonight, and it's the passing game that has moved the ball.
Yes. Got a lot of different receivers involved, which was nice to see in the second half. Something to build on.
And it's a learning experience for the junior quarterback, Acevedo. But I think he performed pretty well in the second half,
yeah, he's
for sure.
Tough. He runs well. He's a tough quarterback.
Reminds me a little bit of the quarterback Diego Montez of Kennedy. Here's a pitch. Here comes Mohammed. There goes Mohammed for another first down. Omar Mohammed. Fernandez finally brought him down.
Does a fantastic job keeping his feet and yards after contact. That's really stood out for me tonight with him.
Oh, Omar Mohammed, if we were picking a player of the game, and we're not, would be it. He scored a touchdown. He had a fumble recovery that set up his own score. The other touchdown was a quarterback keep from the 1-yard line by Nate Arloskas. Well, they got the game in. A lot of people thought, well, were they going to play too hot? Maybe they would postpone the game. Maybe they'd move the day. Coaches really wanted to play, and that's a positive. They got the experience of performing. Mohammed again. Omar Mohammed on his way. Just tackled from behind. Saving the touchdown was Shane Bogaz. But a bolt of lightning, and Omar Mohammed. 34 yards for Mohammed.
Here's the downfield vision of Mohammed. Gets to that next level and ultimately into the secondary before the shoestring tackle by Shane Bogaz.
Ball spotted at the 11. Minute 40 and the clock is moving. North Hollywood's going to go to 3-0. They have not been scored on this year. For El Camino, they're going to fall to 0-3, and they haven't scored. Mohammed with a nice chunk. And flag comes in late.
Tackle was made by number 44, Kona Malik.
Kona Malik was in there to make the stop for El Camino Real. We'll check the marker. Of course, Joe Rice has been on Mike a lot tonight. He's been busy telling us what the foul is, and he'll give us another call right here as they give him the information. They're taking their sweet time about it, though. And now they'll huddle up. Finally. Better late than never.
Dead ball, personal foul, offense. Dead ball, personal foul, defense. Those penalties are going to offset. Repeat the down.
You don't want my opinion of that call. It's a waste of time.
Yes.
Just tell the guys to cut it out and don't throw the flag.
Yep.
Offsetting foul, so we'll try it again. Quarterback keep. Don't know that North Hollywood's looking to score anymore.
Number 7, Andres Avila.
Avila came in to take the snap. Arlaskis was shaken up earlier, so I'm certain they want to give him a breather. Very conservative play calling for North Hollywood when they've been inside the 10-yard line. See clock winding down.
That brings up 3rd and 2. Quick announcement, the yearbook is
Again, the Huskies, I don't think are looking to score here. They just want to go on the bus, go home, and be happy. 14 points is definitely enough. They've gotten the job done tonight. Again, their defense terrific, especially when they had to be. When El Camino was charging down the field, they've come up big. Wouldn't doubt they kneel down here rather than try to put the ball in the end zone. But we'll see. That's good sportsmanship. Just kneel down. No reason to score again. And that will wrap it up. The North Hollywood Huskies. Tell your neighbors they're 3-0. They're unscored upon. 3 consecutive shutouts for the Huskies out of the East Valley, beating the West Valley League and El Camino Real.
Congratulations to the Huskies.
And the Royals haven't scored this year. Darren, your final thoughts on this one?
Well, if you had told me that this was how the trends of tonight's game was going to go, I would have told you El Camino Real would have actually put quite a few points on the board, right? They had a touchdown taken away. They were in the red zone multiple times, and just one mistake after another. Omar Mohammed dominated this game, especially offensively. An early touchdown run there in the first quarter. He had a fumble recovery that set that touchdown up. Beautiful pass here to Cortez in the second half. And they had a lot of this, right? And again, the trends of this game, there were a lot of positive things about El Camino Real's offense as we see a Mohammed run late in the game. So it's shocking that the Royals couldn't put points on the board tonight. I mean, maybe the last 2 games you can understand it, but tonight they absolutely should have at least matched the 14 from North Hollywood.
This is the big interception by Belson that set up the quarterback sneak by Arlaskis. And the Huskies are celebrating. They were jumping for joy as they go back to the bus. They know they were the lower-ranked team. Forget the stats. They know they're a Division III team right now, #1. Maybe they'll move up into D2. And for Scott Fair, who's in the middle of that huddle, you see him talking to his team. He is very excited about getting the revenge win here at El Camino.
Yes, and to do it on the road, and more importantly, to get off to a 3-0 start is always welcome.
Thank you very much. Dylan? Nice job, Darren.
Thank you.
We're done. That's it. We're going to wrap it up. For Darren Preston, I'm Randy Rosenblum. The Huskies have won in Woodland Hills, beating the Royals, beating the Heat. And they'll have a nice bus ride back to the East Valley. For Darren Preston and our entire crew, I'm Randy Rosenblum. We'll see you next time. That game, the next game, will be Taft in a few weeks on El Camino Real football. Good night from Woodland Hills.
You're watching LA36, television dedicated to lifelong learning.